sprints his way out there. No aero bars on. We'll get that first indication of how the riders are going at this split at the top of the climb. 12 kilometres to go. Those intermediate splits coming up. Those intermediate splits coming up. There on the right-hand side as we look. We'll get their average speed as well. We'll see what sort of average speed you're going to have to do to win this championship as we progress our way through all of the riders. I guess when we look at favourites for today, the biggest, the top favourite we'll see fairly early is Benjamin Noval of Spain, and he will go at 3:19. The other big favourites include Michael Maurice, Ashlyn Barry, Dalen Sage, and there's a few others. This is Mohammadi Grau. He gets underway. Riding for Burkina Faso. Sorry, riding for Burma, actually. My apologies. Get it going then. The sprawling area of Kigali itself. So we've got some riders in a little bit of a different order today. Normally we go in number order, but it's in order to enable the Rwandan rider to go first. There was a couple of late entries, so he still stays as the final rider, the first rider to go. But now we're about to have number 84, which will be Justianino de Arujo, riding for Angola. (18 years of age, bronze medalist in the Angolan Championships. So Pacific Busa continues with his motion forward now, trying to set the fastest time. Say the Rwandan setup, as I've mentioned before, really is nice with the skin suits, the aero socks, the bikes. Everything has been really thought about in terms of its detail. These riders are not at any disadvantage whatsoever. Working well up this climb, shoulders left and right. The junior rider's not on restricted gears anymore. The campaign against Genocide Museum with his magnificent sculpture outside. Really captures the essence of what this was all about. Nine riders have started out of the total of 85 riders who will take to the race start this afternoon. Biusa working well. Doesn't look like he's under massive pressure. Still keeping that gear turning over really nicely. Very intent and very composed on that bike. Quite impressive the way he's riding right now. Let's see what this time is going to be when he reaches the top of this long, long rise. Our next rider is about to go. This will be Babacar Fall of Senegal. Just missed Trevor Malvina going from the Seychelles. No aero bars for this rider, 17 years of age. Through the turn well and gets into as aero a position as he can. Big acceleration out of that turn. Looks through the computer, gets that set up. Here's our Rwandan rider, approaching our first appointment with us time split. Denver Alphonse from St. Lucia. 18 years of age. St. Lucia champion of the time trial and the road race in 2024. It's quite amazing to see how a team like Rwanda, in comparison to some of the other African nations, look at Pacific's bike. He's got electronic gears, the right skin suit. Okay, that skin suit doesn't fit absolutely perfectly, but it's still better than nothing. He's got the aero hat, he's got all the bits of trick equipment. But you look at someone like the rider we just saw go from Senegal, and he's just got a normal and quite an old bike. It's a difference that can be made to these riders if you find the right athlete. And this is the rider I was talking about, Babacar Fall. You find the right athlete with the right talent, there's no reason why you can't transform a rider with the right kit and right equipment into a world-class level bike rider. You just need to find in effect, the engine, the person who's able to deal with it, and the mentality. It's obviously got a little bit of assistance from the local bike shop, T's Baobab Cycles. And he's riding the best equipment he can find. Sometimes cycling at the highest level is a little bit of an arms race, really. It's about finding the very best equipment you can, being able to afford it. We see some nations, of course, which are able to afford the very highest level kit, and others that have no chance whatsoever. Now, of course, many of the elite riders and the juniors and under-23s are able to have the best equipment because they are being signed by the World Tour level teams, and so many juniors that we've seen, and we'll see them later, have already signed for World Tour squads. So they're all riding the very best equipment they can. The arrival of Pacific Biusa. This first split, it comes up now. Biusa goes through, average speed 35.572 kilometers an hour. What an incredible atmosphere. Continues downhill now, needs to pick up this speed more considerably now. He's at 35.5. He needs to find himself above 40 kilometers an hour by the end of this section. So rider from St. Lucia, Denver Alphonse. He's got the aero skis. Looks like they're bolt-on ones, but that's fine as long as you've got something. Nice touch. He's got his name on his top tube. Colours of St. Lucia down the bike. And the name of St. Lucia down the tube as well. What a nice touch. Back to the race starts. This is Asuf Sodiki Irhamdin, comes from Comoros. Do you know where Comoros is? Well, it's a little place in East Africa, and it's off the coast of Mozambique. It's a little island. Well, a group of three or four islands. The Comoros Islands. So quite impressive to see this rider here. Comoros, the group of islands, volcanic islands in that area, and the main three islands form the main centre of Comoros. So nice to see him here representing his country. Next rider from Azerbaijan, Artyom Proskuryakov. (18 years of age, silver medalist in the Azerbaijan Championships in 2024. Won the bronze medal in the road race as well. Fast through that turn. The St. Lucia rider is giving this everything. Big opportunity, be in the World Championships, get noticed, anything might happen. Still going well, downhill now towards the next intermediate split. He'll reach that with 4.6 kilometres to go. So he's got 3 kilometres of racing until he gets to that point. Big left-hander. Needs to lean the bike again. Goes through there nicely. Oh, right on the rails. Our next rider from Niger is Sofiane Soumana. "18 years of age, getting underway. Pacific Biusa still looking strong, still kicking those pedals over. Doesn't look like he's faltered at all in this individual time trial. Next rider has reached the first split, Diaraju. 2 minutes and 8 seconds down on Biusa. Be interested to see what he can pick his average speed up to. 35.572 at the first split. So let's see if he can get it up towards that 40km/h point. The winning speed in the women's race was pretty high, wasn't it? Well over 40km/h. Tanzania's Joseph Hatali, 18 years of age. A little bit steady down that ramp for the Tanzanian. Here's our next rider we're taking a little look at. Jan Keita. Again, not on a aero time trial bike. He's not got that equipment. "17 years of age, this rider. Struggling a little bit on that road bike to keep the momentum and keep the pace going as much as possible. Comes from Guinea. No real results to speak of yet. He's early in his career. Coming up to the second split now. This is Pacific Biusa, first place. And nicely has picked up that average speed to 42.833km/h. So now he gets himself set for that run in down to the base of the final climb of the day, the run up the hill and into the finish line to set the standard for everybody else to beat. New second fastest time at the first split for Mazzoli of Tanzania. 1 minute 58 down on Biusa to that point. And the Angolan rider Diaraju in third, 2 minutes and 8 seconds down. Jan Keita. Looks like he might have been given a bottle by one of the Uno X team. Not too long to go now until we reach the cobbles for the first time. He's going well into the base of this climb. Picked up a lovely little guide when I was walking around the expo. As we go back to the start of the Mali rider. This is Yunus Abdelghani. 18 years of age from... Sorry, it's Sabu Kone of Mali. We just missed Abou Ghani going. And 17 years of age is Kone, as he gets going now out on the road. Here's the situation at the first intermediate split. Biuso is the leader, ahead of Mazzoli and Sali. Coming back, I picked up a lovely little book which was around the expo about riding the trails around Rwanda. Loads of little tips. Gives you a great little guide to the main routes. Gives you like a circuit trail around Mount Kigali. You can take a QR code and it'll give you where you're going. There's a golf loop. And then it gets a bit longer. You've got the northern province and then the western province, southern province and the eastern province. You can go in and you can just check by scanning the QR code. Gives you what accommodation you might want to get and what you can see when you're out and about. Marco Thiel from Namibia. Namibian silver medalist in 2025 in the time trial. Also likes mountain biking. Has finished bronze medalist in the cross country in Namibia in the championships. Marco Thiel doesn't have his aero bars on today. So this little booklet gives you all sorts of little tips if you want to go out and ride around Rwanda. Perfect little guide to everything you need to know. So literally you could pick one of these up, scan the QR code, work out what accommodation you needed, go and ride, and then it's all exactly laid out for you. Pacific Biusa. Some fans following him up the climb. Running alongside, giving him a little bit of support. Well, he's almost at the top now. He's looking pretty strong. No change at the intermediate split. Biusa still leads. Diarujo is second. Mazzoli is in third place. Fans have all lined up here to try and make sure that they urge on the riders. This is Farrakhan Mohammed. He looks like he's being caught pretty rapidly here by Artyom Proskuryakov of Azerbaijan as he goes flying past. Looks rapid, doesn't he? European, ranked quite high up in the European levels. Azerbaijan champion in the road, Azerbaijan bronze medalist in the road race. Go back here with Marco Thiel. Great to compete in these World Championships. Remember, the Namibians were always represented by Dan Craven, of course. a rider who was a bit of a trailblazer for that nation. He rode World Championships. We always got to see him in that Namibian kit. Kuryakov has got a beautiful bike, hasn't he? That Aero time trial bike. Look at that. Pardus looks very nice indeed. He's got that absolutely perfectly set up, and he is doing it proud this afternoon. Top of the rise for Biusa. He'll turn the corner and he'll get set for 1 kilometre to go. So Biusa goes through that section, 1 kilometre of racing to go, to set the standard for everybody else to beat. Nothing's changed at the split. Biusa, Diarujo and Mazzoli are the 3 fastest riders. This is Gulwako of Eswatini. Gulwako, the 2025 Eswatini road race champion. Here is Pacific Biusa. Time is going to be set now for everybody else to aim at. Spins into a smaller gear just to get himself up this final rise. Oh, starts to really feel it then on that final section. The gear changes now. He's able to kick. Pacific Biusa. It feels like every pedal rev only covers about a metre. It takes you so long to get to the finish line up here. Oh, the crowd's banging on the boards, bringing this rider home to set the standard for everybody else to aim at now. He's going to remember this forever, isn't he? World Championship, Pacific Biusa coming up to the line. A special moment in his life.
Murakose to the voice of Rwanda. MC Brian, now he is tired, empty out of passion. No, he never loses passion. Thank you very much for this intense last 1.5 minutes. And we see...
Well, the speakers are enjoying themselves on the finish line. George Lushinger and MC Brian. MC Brian is the speaker of the Tour of Rwanda. He's very well known. Now, this rider is getting close to the split, and he's starting to catch even more riders in front of him. This is impressive, the Azerbaijan rider. The Egyptian, Sefala Ali Al-Said. Let's see what the time is going to be for this Azerbaijan rider. 18 years of age, hasn't been noticed by the top teams as yet, potentially, but I'm sure they're keeping their eye on all of the key riders now. This rider from Jordan, Osama Ashar, 18 years of age, silver medalist in the Jordan Road Race Championship. Looks across, probably not used to having a camera bike alongside him. 25 riders have started. So the Azerbaijan rider is coming up to catch the next rider in front of him. He's catching already. Sorry, Jan Keita goes past him. That rider started way ahead of him. 4.5 minutes he's caught him for. Well, Proskuryakov is reaching now the first intermediate split, and he's going to go fastest to this point. No doubt about that whatsoever. This rider is on a mission. It's going to be top of the leaderboard by 56.66 seconds. And coming up now to the line as well and past it. Sorry, Jan Keita. They'll get a bit of respite now from this rise. All the drums being played at the top. Just to update at the second split, Salih's gone through there for Qatar with the second fastest time, 2 minutes and 6 seconds down on Biusa. Diarajo is third overall for Angola, 2 minutes and 38 seconds down.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The start of our next rider gets underway. From Uganda, Kakaba Hatim. Kakaba Hatim, 18 years of age, Ugandan silver medalist. This is Osama Ashar. One of those older style time trial bikes. You can see how much they've changed. As usual, we have these programs to try and get kit to some of the emerging nations, some of the other countries that can't afford it. We've seen it with the DSM Scott bikes and other bikes that we've seen around the racing for the young riders. The same goes for skin suits and helmets and glasses and everything else. It's a big network of logistics, really, when you think about it, to try and ensure that these riders have as much support as they can get. But then you've got the Azerbaijan rider, clearly top kit, great time trial bike. You can see just how fast it is. Diarajo of Angola has just finished, second fastest time, 4 minutes and 11 seconds down on Biusa. This rider looks like he's running out of gears. Keeps checking down. Doing nearly 70k an hour. The difference will be whether they have got a big gear and are able to spin it over. Car at the side of the road there was interesting the way it pulled over. He's catching another rider in front of him. So Proskuryakov is catching another rider in front of him. He catches the rider Babakar Fall, goes past. Back now to Henri Ruard, riding for Mauritius. That Mauritius kid is so well known now. 17 years of age, Henri Rua. Silver medalist in the Mauritian Championships. Reaches the bottom of the descent. Sets himself up now for the run-in. This is Hafiz Salih, who's been setting some good times out on the course. Second fastest time through the 18-kilometre split. Just needs to get himself to the finish. He may well be in the top three, catching a rider in front of him.
Riders coming to the finish. Wasiri Mazoli from Tanzania.
Salih finding the last bit of this climb really tough.
Representing Qatar. New riders on the way to the finish.
Hafiz Salih is almost there now. Last little bit of a push for the Qatari rider. Sprinting for all he is worth. Hafiz Salih. Oh, he thought he was there. He's there now. Second fastest time.
No danger for the best time.
He'll always be able to say, I was second in the World Championships for a little while.
Pacific Views.
Ian Kipchirchir working his way along the route for Kenya. Started at 2:25 in the afternoon. Arrival of another Qatari rider. This is Abdel Ghani of Qatar, heading towards the first intermediate split. Fastest time there is Proskuriakov at 16:56. This rider is going to go through with the third fastest time. Average speed 33.748 kilometres an hour for the Qatari rider. Third fastest time. His teammate has already finished. The second fastest time so far. Matvey Yakovlev, 17 years of age, one of the neutral riders, gets going. Proskuriakov heading towards the second split now, goes through, well, no problem. The fastest time for Proskuriakov, 1 minute and 4 seconds faster. 44.7 kilometres an hour. Fast now, this rider. He's picked up that average speed by over 7 kilometres an hour from the top of the climb to the bottom. Can just hear the speed, can't you, that he's producing. When a bike is flat out like this, it just makes such a great noise. We're talking at breakfast time today about the different tyres these riders are using. The majority now on 28mm tyres. We were thinking back to when we were young and time trialling and racing. We used to have 18 or 19mm tubular tyres pumped up to 120 psi. Now they've got, and what's that, 12 bar, 11, 12 bar, as we see Murat Kudneov go for Kazakhstan. Now the riders are riding 28mm tyres with 5 or 6 bar in them, which is incredible. But then you see the speed at which they're going downhill and able to go through the corners. You totally understand how they are able to just hold the road. Proskuriakov getting set for this final climb of today's individual time trial. 32 riders have now started. We're counting our way through the 85 riders in this World Championship. Well, this rider now onto the cobbled section. There's the vital statistics of this climb. See how well he climbs this. You've got to sit and ride smooth. Here's the rider from Turkey, Mohammed Umut Demirkan. Here's the rider from Turkey, Mohammed Umut Demirkan. Again, a rider without the aero bars at all. Doing his best though for Turkey. "17 years of age, that rider. Oskuryakov hoping to set the fastest time. He's fastest at the two splits so far. He's looked rapid all the way through this performance. Just finding this last climb really tough, but then everybody is finding it exceptionally tough. Our next rider about to go from Namibia, Roger Surin. Surin, a Namibian champion. The UCI in the hot seat for Rwanda. Kuryakov, a little bit of a change of tempo then, as he finds a little bit of respite on the cobbles. If you were going to get into time trialing, you'd consider this bike, wouldn't you? That looks like a rocket ship. These massive stays. Not as wide forks as you might anticipate, but the massive wide stays really work, don't they? Back to the start, Mohammed Hajir of Jordan. "18 years of age, the Jordan champion in the time trial road race. motorbikes just going by, having looked after the riders out on the course. These smaller nations have had to get help in from people to just be with them and have enough people to look after the logistics of everything that has to happen. The bigger nations are so well organised. For the smaller nations, we've just got a tiny team. For example, I think the New Zealand team have got 4 riders here. A big nation, but only 4 riders. But you just need helpers. You need people to pump up tyres, help the mechanics out, people to do bottles for the road races, soigneurs. You need all that stuff. You need car drivers, just people to help out and move people around.
Champion of
cycling is a logistically difficult sport. You're not in a stadium where everybody just arrives. You are across a 22-kilometre course here. This rider has been setting the fastest time. It's the Azerbaijan rider, Proskuryakov. Let's see whether he can translate that to be the fastest at the finish for quite a considerable time. We've enjoyed watching him race this afternoon for Azerbaijan. He's been going well. Oh, that was a little bit close, wasn't it? The more tired these riders get, the more mistakes they make. The Rwandan rider is about to be beaten, unfortunately. Biusa is about to vacate that hot seat. It is hot as well. It's 30 degrees where he is. He's got a little fan on him, but that's about it. Big umbrella to make sure he's sheltered from the sunshine. Proskuryakov is going to dismiss the Rwandan from the hot seat. Azerbaijan are going to be the leaders of this junior men's time trial, as long as he makes it there and doesn't hit the barrier.
Medalist at the Nationals, and now he is on the
Proskuryakov reaches the finish line now. It's going to be the fastest time, 41.4 an hour. Underway then for Rwanda. Shimui Brian. Fourth in the Rwanda Time Trial Championships. Shimui Brian. Here's confirmation of what's going on at the finish line so far. Proskuryakov there. Usa and Alphonse, that's our top 3. The Rwandan rider still holding second place. A total of 11 riders have finished.
n'umujyi wacu mwiza cyane umujyi wa Kigali.
Well, the Azerbaijan rider just
umujyi utuwe na miliyoni imwe n'ibihumbi 700, umujyi utega kuzaturwamo na miliyoni 3 n'ibihumbi 800 mu mwaka wa 2025.
So a few of those. Thank you very much for being in touch. Mark Pryor, thanks for watching. Why is the mixed relay only for the elites? I don't think there's enough room on the programme now to have any more World Championships. And remember, it replaced the trade teams relay that we have.
32 minutes, 47 seconds.
Earlier on today, we had the women's junior race. I want to just say hello to Alexi and Jackie, and hello to Karen and Kevin, who are the parents of Erin Muckridge, who was in the race for South Africa. Mohamed Demirkan, the Turkish rider, continuing with his time trial. It's an old Ridley machine, isn't it? Nice one. Special design on it. I'm trying to think back what that design was for. It's certainly going well. Vanja Kuntaric of Slovenia. 17 years of age, Slovenian champion. Slovenia producing some great bike riders now. Primoz Roglic has made some interesting comments about the road race on Sunday. So we just watch this rider heading towards the key point, the next time split. Roglic said, we can all see how Tadej is going lately. We just have to give him some space so that we don't get in his way too much. For the rest of us, it will be a big fight to get to the finish line. So Roglic obviously feels that that time trial the other day by Pogačar has no bearing at all on Sunday, and I think he's right. Pogačar will come out Sunday and be the usual Tadej Pogačar that we all love watching. This rider going well already. Look at the speed, 68 to 70 kilometers an hour. Primoz Roglic will be riding on Sunday. Hasn't taken a number on his back since San Sebastian in August, but he's been at altitude. Didn't ride the time trial the other day. Said he needed his body time to rest to get ready for Sunday. Of course, he had an injury at the Giro d'Italia, placed 8th in the Tour de France. This rider now coming up towards the intermediate split. Things at the intermediate split. Proskaryov is leader at the first split from Biusa from this rider, Demirkan. And we're heading now towards this point, and he's doing well considering he's not on a time trial bike. Abdel Ghani is the third fastest rider to this point, coming up now in a time of 26 minutes 14.79. But De Merken may well be putting himself with no aero bars, no aero bike. He might be putting himself into one of the top places. In fact, he's going to be the third fastest rider to this point. That's a great performance by Mohamed Umut De Merken. Third fastest time. 1 minute 38 down. Considering all that aero equipment is not on that bike, that is a very impressive ride.
One minute behind the leader, Artyom Proskouriakov.
Yunus Abdelghani of Qatar.
Kigali rero ikaba imaze ndetse inakomeje kuba
Abdelghani chasing one of the top times. The time to beat to get into the medals at the moment is 4 minutes and 14 seconds down.
twakira kuva muri Qatar Abdelghani
Yunus Abdelghani is going to put himself into the bronze medal position at the moment. A long way to go in this race yet. Abdelghani, a little bit of gear problems. Now the finish. Looks like the chain might come off. Just as well it didn't do it on the climb. Third place for Abdelghani of Qatar. This is Yakovlev. This potentially is going to be the fastest time so far to the first split. Looks like he's still got time in hand. So he's going to go through that split and he's going to be the fastest rider so far. 10.63 seconds faster. 37.952 kilometers an hour. That should see him get up to sort of 45 kilometers an hour by the time we reach 18k of racing.
iwabo w'ibyiza byose biri ku isi si muri Afurika gusa mu karere kacu gusa ahubwo n'isi yose kuko Kigali yakiri tubanze twakira ariko uyu mukinnyi uye guseseka kuva muri Comoros.
Now this rider looks to me like he is on an absolute mission. This is the arrival of the Kazakh rider, Kutnov. This looks like it might now be close to the fastest time. Let's see if Kutnov can go top of the leaderboard. Looks like he's going to. The Kazakh rider goes into the lead at the first split. That means now it's Kutnov, Yakovlev and Proskouriakov. Onto the climb then for the Turkish rider. He's at no disadvantage on this climb. Keeps the momentum going around the turn. Still at 14 kilometers an hour through that corner. Mohamed De Merken keeps the pace going. Our next rider goes. This is Marco Thiel at the finish for Namibia. That's a good ride on a road bike. 4th fastest time of the 18 finishers. De Merkin still with this progression towards the top of this rise. Proskuryakov is the fastest rider. Biusa second, the Rwandan still holding second place. Abdul Ghani in 3rd. The drums are so traditional in Rwanda. The start of the South African rider. Josh Johnson gets started for South Africa. South African champion. At the 18-kilometre point, Ali Al Said of Egypt has gone through with the 3rd fastest time. This is Karbouchi of Morocco. Karbouchi only coming up to 9 minutes into this performance. So De Merkin still not at the top of the climb yet. We see the drumming going on, and it's very much part of the cultural heritage of Rwanda. Other traditional crafts are basket weaving called agaseki, pottery, drumming is part of that, and also lots of the art patterns, the Imigongo art patterns. Top 3 at the finish, Proskuryakov, Biusa and Abdel Ghani. De Merkin now chasing that time. Kutnov the fastest at the first split, Proskuryakov at the second and at the finish line. Josh Johnson underway, South African champion. He'll be looking to set a nice time out on the course.
And we do have a new best time at the first split 10.6 Ks. Murat Kuitenov from Kazakhstan, 16 minutes 33 seconds, 12 seconds faster than Matvey Yakovlev.
The arrival then of Mohamed De Merkin. De Merkin's been working hard, and on a non-aero bike, it's been a good performance by the rider from Turkey. It won't have hurt him too much on this final climb, but out on the course, it will have hurt him in terms of his ability to ride flat out like the others. It makes a massive difference.
Representing Turkey.
So De Merkin coming up to the line now. What is this time going to be? A tired rider, Well, he's produced a good result.
With this time, he can go for podium for the moment. Yeah, he goes
Merkin is going to be in the top places at this precise moment in time. He'll make it into the top three. Well done to him. Merkin crosses the line, 2:19 down, third fastest time so far.
Losing 2 minutes and 19 seconds to the leader. The leader still represents Azerbaijan.
This is the Moroccan rider, Kabruchi. Carbucci, 13.6 kilometres of racing to go. On this Colnago time trial bike, here's the Egyptian Ali Al Saeed. Now he's been looking good. At the 18-kilometre point, a new fastest time for Kutenov of Kazakhstan. He's just gone through there. So Ali Al Saeed, he may well be unseating Merkin from that bronze medal position, which he does. Third fastest time for Ali Al Saeed of Egypt.
News from the second split, 18 Ks to mark.
So out on the course, Kutenov is the fastest rider of the first split.
On position 2.
He's the fastest rider at the second split now, and it's the same riders behind him, Yakovlev and Proskuryakov. And the finish, Proskuryakov is the leader ahead of Biusa. There's still the Rwandan is there. He's done a great job after 24 finishes. Marwan Karbuchi here. 13.2 kilometres to go. We're going to get close now till the start of some of the riders we anticipate may well challenge in the end for the medals. This is Omar Andrade Fernandez, rider for Mexico. Gets going now. 17 years of age, the Mexican.
Fais-moi vivre ce plan.
Carbucci. 18 years of age, national champion. He's had a busy season. Had a few places here and there in some criterium races. Just look and see if he can see a rider in front of him right now. So we're waiting for the arrival of Kutenov, who's been the fastest rider on the course so far, the Kazakhstan rider. And this is the arrival of the rider from Slovenia, who looks like he's going to go to the top of the leaderboards. He goes through 10 seconds faster. Rides for the Poggi team. Wonder if Tadej is cheering him on this afternoon. Sitting watching and seeing what's happening with his riders. So Kantaresh is the fastest rider, 10 seconds faster than Kutenov. So he rides for that Poggi team. He's been busy this season, the Slovenian rider. Young as well, 16 years of age. National champion of Slovenia in the junior time trial. He's ridden all over the world actually this year. He's ridden Paris-Roubaix Juniors in the Nations Cup, top 60 there. He rode the Primavera, Giro de Primavera in Italy, fifth place for him in that particular race. Then he's ridden quite a lot in Italy, the other Nations Cups. Swedish rider about to go, Phil got Reinhold. (18 years of age), Swedish silver medalist.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Gets going then. The arrival then of the Moroccan rider to the split, Carbucci, has gone through 1.95 seconds faster than Kuntaric, so he goes top of the leaderboard at the first split. Great performance by him. We look down on the finish area. The shopping mall to the right-hand side. Had a little wander around there this morning. I always find it interesting to go into supermarkets around the world. Don't know why, but it just seems to be a nice way of just understanding how people tend to eat and what they buy and all that sort of thing. So I went in there this morning. It was quite interesting. Loads of fruit. Yakovlev is arriving at the finish. Matvey Yakovlev. The time to beat is Kuryakov. Yakovlev has been the second fastest rider at the second split, and it looks like he may well be the rider to unseat the Azerbaijan rider. He gives us a wave. Still a minute to go. It could take a long time to get here. Yakovlev is almost at the finish. Behind him, though, Kudnov is also racing well. Yakovlev is almost at the finish line. Matvey Yakovlev is going to go into the hot seat. New fastest time.
New best time by 33 seconds for Yakovlev.
Yakovlev then finishes
And
riding with one of the UAE Team ADQ bikes. Just trying to work out why.
Silver medalist this year at the Nationals. And right now, top 10, position 7.
This is Kudnov, the Kazakh rider. Is riding well.
Is approaching the finish line. Not the one you see first. We have an eye on him on Radek Ravla, but behind his chest.
So the Kazakh rider, Kudnov, is nearly there. 17 years of age. Here he comes, powering his way towards the top. Road race champion of Kazakhstan as a junior. He's ridden a lot of races this year. Kudnov looks like he may well be top of the leaderboard. Gives it everything, dropping those hills, putting the power on, wandering a little bit all over the road. Is he going to get there in time? Yakovlev was behind him at the bottom of the climb. It's all about how fast you ride to the top. And it's going to be 4.5 seconds. He goes into the hot seat. Murat Kutnov is the new leader.
Faster than Yakovlev.
Good performance by Murat Kutnov. Third fastest at the first split, fastest at the second so far, and fastest at the finish. Whoa, 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 whoa. Almost crushes it. That was very, very close. Taking some risks, this Moroccan rider. Here he goes into the turn, locks the back wheel up twice, slides it and still holds it. So Carbucci continues with this performance. Here's the arrival of Yaroslav Prosandiev. This looks like another good time. We're starting to see faster and faster riders. 6 seconds faster at the first split. Faster than Carbucci. Here's the arrival of the Namibian rider, Roger Surin. This is a good ride, isn't it? Considering he's on a normal road bike. This is a great performance by Roger Surin.
Mountain bike world
he looks good, doesn't he?
A few days ago, and he is on his way to maybe.
This is a great performance. Roger Surin sprinted for the line now. He looks powerful. This is the first time we've seen a rider on a road bike go into the hot seat. The Namibian rider, is he going to get there? He's only got 6 seconds. The clock is ticking. Can he get there just in time? He's going to run out of time by just 1.45 of a second.
So close.
What a useful bike rider. This is Josh Johnson, the South African rider. He's going to go through the split with the fastest time so far. Nice performance by the South African.
Champion from Namibia.
Current situation at the finish line.
Yeah, I continue with
Kutnov, Surin and Yakovlev are the top three.
Vanja Kotaric Schimert from Slovenia. He was 16 seconds faster. Carbucci from Morocco.
A special thank you to
This is Carbucci. He's now the third fastest rider at the first split, behind Johnson and Prosandiev. So Carbucci continues. Can he set the fastest time? He's 3.3 kilometres. There's the update on all the intermediates on the right-hand side. Nice to see that full update of exactly where we are. Johnson is now the fastest rider on the course for South Africa. This is the arrival now of Kirill Shazan. Going to go through here with one of the fastest times at the splits. Fifth fastest time in the ballpark. So the Moroccan rider is almost on the cobbles. Going to reach there any moment now. Josh Johnson out on the course now, the South African. He's the junior individual time trial champion of South Africa. He's ridden a lot of races around the world this year. 8th in the Grand Premio del Podano in Italy. Also the winner of a team time trial in Belgium with his team. He rides to the Team Grenke Auto Ada squad. Here's the situation at the finish right now. Henri Ruard of Mauritius finishing there in the 10th fastest time. The Rwandan rider still in 5th place. And we've had 34 riders finish. That's a nice performance by Pacific Biusa. So the Slovenian Kunturic is fastest at the 18-kilometre point. The Mauritian Hardy has gone through the 2nd fastest time, and Carbucci the 3rd fastest time. Now this rider is the rider that all the World Tour teams wanted to sign. This is Benjamin Noval. He is expected to be one of the fastest riders this afternoon. He's a Spanish champion, Spanish road race champion. He's a Spanish mountain bike cross-country champion. He's the cyclocross champion of Spain as well. And he's super quick, and he's signed for Ineos Grenadiers. Everybody wanted his signature. Let's see how he does. He's incredibly fast, and he is the rider of the moment. Ineos Grenadiers have signed him from 2027 until the end of 2028. So basically he's going to ride for an academy squad to lead into that, and then they'll take him when they're ready. But basically this season, this rider's won everything. He started the year in Spain. He won the classification in Comarcas. He won Trofeo Santiago. Top 25 in Paris-Roubaix. He won Asturias. He then won Vincenzo Lopez. He won another race in Italy, a Nations Cup. He basically has won pretty much everything and destroyed most of the opposition as well. Carbucci has taken some risks. Can he get himself now to the finish line with the fastest time? He might well be the fastest time for a little while. The Mauritian is flying. This is Kunturic, the Slovenian rider. This looks like it's going to be the fastest time of the day so far. He went through the 18-kilometre split with the fastest time, 16 seconds ahead of Hardy and 16.8 seconds ahead of Carbucci. Kunturic is almost at the finish line now. The Kazakh rider, Kudnov, is watching him, and he knows that it's game over. Because this rider is going to go into the hot seat. It's going to be a hot seat for Slovenia. Kunturic has looked rapid all the way through this course. So in the colours of Slovenia, that lime green, neon green colour, it's going to be no problem for this rider. He's going to match the time on the right. It's going to be all green across the line. Kunturic goes into the lead. 49.35 seconds faster.
32 minutes. His time, 31 minutes and 20 seconds.
At the 18-kilometre split, we've got a new fastest time. Presendic has gone 12 seconds faster than this rider we've just seen finish. Time to try and recover. This is the arrival of the Rwandan. Sprinting. This is a good finish, isn't it? Shimwe Brian. His teammate is still in the top 10. 8th fastest. That's a good ride as well. This is Karl Bucci. Can he get himself to the finish in the medals? To get in the medals, you need to ride 32 minutes, 10.81. It's not so far away now. Marouane Karbuchi of Morocco. Kind of deserves a top 3 place at the moment, doesn't he? After that risk-taking, sliding the bike a little bit to the right-hand side. Marouane Karbuchi about to catch Hajir in front of him. Hajir of Jordan is just being caught. Karbuchi is outside the time of the leading rider. Let's see if he can get himself into the medals at the moment. Victorich is almost on the hot seat. He's going to stay there for a little while. It's a new... well, the clock hasn't stopped, but to me it's 3rd place, or 2nd best time actually. This is Vilgot Reinhold. This is a good ride. Sweden had a good day yesterday. Fastest time now by Reinhold. Vilgot Reinhold, the Swedish silver medalist. Karbuchi into 2nd place. Just trying to recover now. Kunteric of Slovenia leads. Karbuchi 2nd. Kudnov is in 3rd place already. This is a fast-changing individual time trial.
You have the first rider with less than 23 minutes at the 2nd split. 18 kilometers. And he is from Africa. He is the reigning champion from South.
This is Benjamin Noval. Looks fast already. Everybody wanted his signature. The youngest one of the youngest signings of Ineos Grenadiers in their history.
He is the guy which passed there with 15 minutes, 36 seconds, almost 20 seconds faster than Josh.
His dad was the same name, Benjamin Noval, a Spanish pro rider between 2001 and 2013. Rode for teams including US Postal, Discovery Channel, Saxo Bank. This is the arrival of Tristan Hardy, the Mauritian. He's been riding well. He did feature in one of the time splits.
The champion from Mauritius. And
here he comes.
Time trial competition and road race. 17 years
Tristan
old.
Hardy now almost at the line.
Heading up the hill here towards the finish line. And that will be.
Let's see what this time is going to be for Tristan Hardy of Mauritius. Rides for Team 31 Specialised. 4th in Grand Prix Plouay for juniors.
100 meters of his individual time trial.
Grand Prix Plouay is a tough race. It's at the end of August. Tristan Hardy's going to arrive now, and this is going to be a very respectable ride by Tristan Hardy. Second fastest time for the Mauritian.
Congratulations. He loses 28 seconds to contenders.
Ahli Tristan kubabuni Mauritius katika kali huyu mtikibangulale ni mwingine na gatano naoni ni Milo.
Tristan Hardy, the Mauritian, then into second place. Kunteric is still the leader. Hardy second. Karbucci is in third. We go back out here to the Bulgarian rider, Nicholas van der Merwe. At the first split, he's going to go through with a good time. Things are starting to change out on the course. Second fastest time for the Bulgarian rider. So at that spot, it's Reinhold, van der Merwe and Johnson. That's our top three. This is the French rider, Théophile Vassal. Counted down to the last 20 riders now. Still, the atmosphere continues. This is Benjamin Noval. We wait to see when he reaches that intermediate time split with 12 kilometres to go. The first point, 15 minutes 36.57 is the time to beat. Look at the setup. The complete Ineos Grenadiers setup, the time trial bike, the helmet. He looks fast, he just keeps that momentum going. The arrival now of Prosandiev. He's been riding well. Kunteric's time is in his sights, 31 minutes 20.01.
And now close to the another rider who was very, very fast in the second time.
Yaroslav Prosandiev.
Yaroslav Prosandiev.
Almost there now.
He goes for the best time.
Kunteric is trying to see through the sunshine what the situation is. It's going to be close. Prosandiev has been just behind the time of Johnson at the second split, and here at the finish he is very, very tight on the time of Kunteric, who has gone up that final climb very, very well. There was quite a few seconds, 12 seconds between them at 18 kilometres. So this rider, Kunteric, has turned round 21 seconds from the bottom of the climb. Here's the arrival now of Johnson. Josh Johnson is nearly at the finish. This looks like it could potentially be the best time of today so far. Kunteric is the leader. 31 minutes 20.01. Johnson has been setting some great times out on the course. Fastest time at 18 kilometres. Still riding well as he reaches the top of this rise. One rider in front of him. Needs to just sprint now and get there to the line. Josh Johnson is going to be, if he can just find some pressure in the legs. Josh Johnson is going to be the fastest rider for South Africa. He's going to go into the hot seat. He's going to do that now. An exhausted rider, absolutely finished. 24.5 seconds faster. What a performance.
For the reigning champion of South Africa. Congratulations, Josh Johnson. He is the man who will soon be...
Josh Johnson goes into the hot seat for South Africa, absolutely exhausted. Roberto Capello of Italy, he gets going now. (18 years of age), the Italian champion is underway. Reinhold is still the fastest rider at the first split, followed by van der Merwe and Johnson. Reinhold has just gone fastest at 18 kilometres, 30 seconds faster than Johnson. Capello railing it round that turn. Heimo Fugger of Austria. This is a good performance. Reinhold's time stands, and this rider is going to go into potentially second place. Yes, he does. Heimo Fugger, second fastest. Josh Johnson is the leader for South Africa so far.
Total Energy, umuterankunga mukuru w'irushanwa rya UCI 2025 World Championship, yazanye igikombe cy'icyubahiro cya Total Energy South Africa Cup of Nations.
He looks like he's gone to a very dark place. This is the situation at the finish. Josh Johnson leads, 24 seconds ahead of Kunterich with Prosandev third. Then it's Tristan Hardy of Mauritius, the Moroccan Karbuchi and Kutenov of Kazakhstan. Special word for Roger Surin. 7th place still on a road bike. Well, Naval has taken his radio out, or it's fallen out, one of the two. It's going to start to annoy him, isn't it? Coming up to the first split. Time to beat at that split in 600 metres time is 15 minutes 36. Stef van Kerkhoff, he's about to go for Belgium, one of the race favourites. New second fastest time of the first split for Vargas of Colombia, 13 seconds down on Reinhold. New third fastest time for the Austrian, Fugger. Reinhold now the fastest rider at the second split, with Van der Merwe now the second fastest rider. This is Benjamin Noval coming up to the intermediate split. The fastest split there is 15 minutes and 36. This rider is closing in on that time now. Just to find a little bit more speed potentially, but he's in the ballpark. Where is the split? Let's take a little look. Is he going to be the fastest rider or not? Benjamin Noval just outside the time at the first split by 2.24 seconds. So Noval, 2.2 seconds down. He's got his radio out, so he won't have any idea of what's going on. Reinhold's time remains. Roberto Capello of Italy. Very early in his ride so far. Capello looking pretty strong so far. You see, as they progress along the course, Johnson is still in the hot seat. Reinhold is closing in now on that finish line. He was 30 seconds ahead at 18 kilometres. So Johnson, let's see whether he rode the final climb better than Reinhold of Sweden. Capello looking pretty good as he pedals his way towards the first time splits. Noval trying to get as much speed as possible out of this bike. Whoops. Is he allowed to do that? I'm not so sure. He kept his hands on the outside as he got out of the saddle. Maybe a little stretch was needed. So Josh Johnson, who's in the hot seat right now, he's originally a mountain biker. He's ridden superbly, climbed that final climb so well. Last year he flew to Europe, took part in the Pavel Classics under 17 on the Paris-Roubaix 5-star cobble sector. He likes to say he's chuffed after a race, so I'm told. Thanks for that information. Vilga Reinhold of Sweden. This looks like it might be the fastest time, just as we've been talking about Josh Johnson. This Swedish rider is pretty spectacular, isn't he? Well, he was 30 seconds ahead, and now he looks like he's going to go even further ahead. He's absolutely flown up the last climb. Josh Johnson sipping his recovery drink. It's not going to be in that hot seat for long. It's nice and comfortable, but he's going to have to vacate it because this rider is absolutely crushing it. Vilga Reinhold is going to be the new leader of this junior time trial by nearly a minute. It took another 30 seconds out of Johnson on the climb. That's impressive. Average speed 45.305 kilometers an hour. Gives him sort of a round of applause. Well, that's fast, 45.305. Let's bear in mind that Noval is 2 seconds down at the first split. So we'll see how he progresses.
Own galaxies. We saw Remco, then we saw like in the tuning, so all over. So is this maybe...
Reinhold leads by nearly a minute over Josh Johnson, with Vanja Kunteric in third place.
Well, it's a hard one to tell because with a lot of the junior riders, we don't have a lot of palmarès for them apart from maybe their national.
This is Benjamin Noval closing in now on the second of our intermediate splits. He's 2 kilometers from there now. Hasn't got any more gears left by the looks of things. He's absolutely as fast as he can possibly go. Trying to give himself a little micro rest as well. Just trying to get those legs to feel good for this final climb. He knows that he needs to hold something. Reinhold has flown his way up that final climb. Still doing over 70 kilometers an hour. Having to freewheel because he just can't go any quicker. See the definition on those calves already for a junior rider. Very impressive bike rider. There's no movement, is there? Look at the shoulders. All about the transfer of power. All about holding form as much as possible. Hugging the right-hand side of the road. Going the fastest way he can to the finish. At the second split, Reinhold leads from Van der Merwe from Fugger. Now we're getting into some of the names who may well be the winners of this race. This is the finish of Nicolas van der Merwe. Now, he's been riding well. He was 7 seconds down on Reinhold at the 18-kilometre point. Just shows how Reinhold has ridden for Sweden, because this rider is going to have lost a little bit of time.
No, it's funny to see that. His name sounds so like Belgium.
Nicolas van der Merwe, the Bulgarian, not Polish rider, Bulgarian rider, comes up to the line. He's going to have lost more time on Reinhold, but not too much. Second fastest time for the Bulgarian.
Rider in position 2, representing Bulgaria. It's Nicolas van der Merwe.
New fastest time at the first split for Beckham Drake of the United States of America.
His name sounds so
Here he is. This is the replay of him arriving. What a name he's got. Beckham Drake. Not spelt the same way as David Beckham. Finishing a top 30 in the junior Paris-Roubaix. Beckham Drake working well. This is Van Kerkhove, the Belgian champion. Beckham Drake, who's currently the leader, he just rode the Tour de l'Abitibi, finished 5th on the general classification there, 8th in the Course de la Pays, finished in a gravel race, the Rattlesnake. He was 5th overall, and he won the Valley of the Sun stage race as well, Beckham Drake. Rides for Team California. Do you reckon he's named after David Beckham, but just with an H taken off? We need to find out. Now, this rider about to start, the Canadian rider. This is Monty Rigby. Monty Rigby about to make it onto the line now. Only 10 riders left to start. So we see Ashlyn Barry there on the left. Monty Rigby, 18 years of age, Canadian champion. Silver medalist in the road race in Canada. We're into the last 10 riders after this. Real concentration from Ashlyn Barry. The Canadian rider about to go. Monty Rigby. Monty Rigby gets going for Canada. Rigby rides for the PNW Racing Foundation team. This is Van Kerkhove, Belgium. Looking good so far. It's difficult to know, though, until we get to the split, just how effective these rides have been. Seth Van Kerkhove, 17 years of age. This is the arrival of the Latvian rider, Jorga Tumans. Let's see how he does. This is going to be a good ride by the Latvian. Hits the line now and goes third fastest. Moves into the 3 top places.
Now position 3 for the champion from Latvia. Right behind him for Slovenia, the next rider as well at the finish. It's
This is Benjamin Noval onto the cobbles, searching for the fastest time. I haven't seen him even figure on the 18-kilometre split. The finish of Heimo Fugger.
And now we say servo to Fugger.
Fugger now chasing a podium place. Let's see what the time is going to be. Good finish by Heimo Fugger. Third fastest time.
Great. It's losing almost half a minute, 30 seconds behind the best time by Wilgott Reinhold.
Wow, aus Österreich. Wunderbar. Stark.
Servus.
Yes, servus.
Benjamin Noval at the second split went through with the fourth fastest time, 14 seconds down on Reinhold. So let's just see how he finishes. This is the arrival of Capello. Capello's gone through this second split, second fastest time for the Italian, 6.45 seconds down. And an update on Gould of Australia, who's gone through with the third fastest time, 16.86 seconds down. Van Kerkhove arriving now at that first split. He's got 800 metres to reach there. Time to beat is 15 minutes 17.41. But Beckham Drake is the current fastest rider on the course. This is Benjamin Noval. Well, today, maybe the pressure's got to him a little bit, because so far he's not the fastest rider along the course, and he's only got a minute to get to the finish line to go into the gold medal position. Reinhold of Sweden is the fastest rider so far. This rider has still got 500 metres to go, and that's easily a minute's ride. Let's see how he does. The arrival of the Colombian rider, Vargas. That's a good performance. Fourth fastest time for Vargas.
Only 8 riders left in the BK.
This is Benjamin Noval out the saddle. Just hasn't found the speed, has he, so far on the course that we've seen Reinhold reach. But let's see how he comes up to the finish. He's still got 20 seconds. He's chasing now at least a podium place. 19 seconds down is a podium finish in second place. Benjamin Noval sprinting now to see if he can go into the hot seat. Still got a little bit of distance to go, the Spaniard. Benjamin Noval is not going to be the fastest rider today. Noval finishes now with the second fastest time. 8 seconds down on Reinholds. There might be a little bit of disappointment in that rider today. This rider, though, Van Kerkhove, is the new fastest rider at the first split. 9 seconds faster than Beckham Drake. He's on a mission this afternoon, Van Kerkhove. One of the riders we thought might be a medalist this afternoon when we looked through the list.
26 seconds. Beckham Drake.
So the top three, Reinhold, Noval and Van der Merwe. That's the current situation at the finish line.
22 minutes, 21 minutes, 50 seconds after 18 kilometers. So only 4.6 kilometers to go for Beckham Drake. And now we are curious if he is able to bring this advantage to the finish.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
The start of Ashton Barry. Van Kerkhove just looks fast this afternoon, doesn't he? He's picking up speed where other people aren't finding it. on that Van Riesel bike. This is the finish now. Oh, sorry, this is the arrival of the British rider to the line now. It's the arrival of Max Heinz. He's just gone through the 4th fastest time. So we're starting to get some real battles out on this road. This rider rides, as you can see, for one of the decathlon teams, Decathlon Age-Desert Le Mondial Under-19 team. We go back to the start. Ashlyn Barry is now out on the road. This is Johan Blanc of France. Only 5 riders left to go after this. Just looking at the 18-kilometre split now. Beckham Drake is the fastest rider to that point, ahead of Reinhold and Vassal of France. Beckham Drake producing the ride of the day. But we know that Van Kerkhoven is the fastest rider on the course right now. There's the update of the splits. Van Kerkhoven, 9 seconds faster than Drake, 15 ahead of Capello, 20 of Hines, Gould at 26 seconds now. We then translate that to the second split with Drake leading. Reinhold has finished. He's in the hot seats. Haven't seen him yet, but he is. Van Kerkhoven trying to find even more speed as he makes his way downhill. Van Kerkhoven just won Giro del Lunigiana. He's had a lot of wins this season. 8th in Trofeo Morbihan. Here's our next rider to go. This is the Australian rider, Lucas Stevenson. Stevenson about to roll down the ramp. Stevenson, the silver medalist in the Australian Championships, 18 years of age, gets going. Now the first split, it's Van Kerkhoven, Drake and Capello, the top 3. At the second split, Capello's just gone second fastest, faster than Reinhold by 24 seconds. So it's Drake, Capello, Reinhold at the second split. Reinhold awaits now, Capello and Drake. This is Kankars of Poland. You need to be inside 29 minutes 55 to go into the hot seat. Just behind, though, is the Canadian rider who finishes. Bergeron finishes behind there. This is Jan Müller of Switzerland.
The next rider, he represents
Jan Müller is almost at the finish line now. Not long until we see the final few riders take to the race starts.
And here comes Jan Müller, won this year bronze medal in the juniors nationals.
Jan Müller is almost there. Jan Müller reaching the conclusion of this time trial. It's going to be just under, or just over 2 minutes down, 13th fastest. Beckham Drake now, this American rider, has been sparkling on this course so far today. He's been setting the fast times before Van Kerkhove started. Reinhold is in the hot seat, but this American is going to zip his way into first place. Beckham Drake, scintillating performance. 34.5 seconds faster by Beckham Drake. Van Kerkhove has just gone fastest at 18 kilometres. 5 seconds faster than Drake, 7.6 seconds faster than Capello. So at the finish line here now, it's America in the hot seat. Reinhold of Sweden is in silver medal. Benjamin Noval of Spain is in third. Here's the situation at the finish line. Beckham Drake, he leads with 29 minutes 21.16. Reinhold in second place. Noval in third.
Beckham Drake from the United States of America. His time 29 minutes 21 seconds. Second,
it's painful.
Exactly 34 seconds behind. Sweden.
Oh dear, let's not watch this. I think he went to a dark place. This is the Dutch rider, Michael Maurice, European champion, Dutch champion. He's a very fast bike rider. 15th last year in this individual time trial. 15 kilometres to go for him. So he's still closing in on that first time split. Looks rapid. Not too many riders left to go now. This is the penultimate rider. This is Mats van den Einde. Underway then for Mats. This is Théophile Vassal on France, fourth fastest time. Great performance by the Frenchman.
Théophile Vassal, fourth place right now.
Michael Maurice of the Netherlands, looking fast this afternoon. Nice position, riding one of the Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe bikes, as you can see. He rides for Team Grenke Autoader. This is the arrival of Max Gould of Australia. He's had some good times out on the course. Don't think he's going to be the fastest, but he's going to be there or thereabouts, Max Gould. 20 riders left to finish now. Max Gould closing in on the finish line, but to be in the medals you need to be inside 43 seconds. So the Australian giving it a little bit of gas, just rocking and rolling around the road a little bit. Such is the pain you feel, you can hardly even see the finish line, let alone reach it. Max Gould is almost there. Looks like he's going to be just close to the bronze medal position. That's a good ride. He beats Benjamin Noval and he goes into third.
Right now on position 3, Max Gould. 3 seconds faster than
Here we are with Roberto Capello. Capello has been very strong on this race. He was only 2 seconds down on Beckham Drake at the second intermediate split. Drake is the leader with 29 minutes 21.16. Drake managed to really find some speed on that final rise. Can Roberto Capello go top of the leaderboards? It doesn't look like it's going to happen. Beckham Drake must have flown up that final climb. Capello outside the time. This could be the silver medal position by the looks of it, pushing Gould down into fourth place. Roberto Capello of Italy concludes his time trial. It is going to be the second fastest time.
15 seconds.
So things have changed. Drake, Capello and Reinhold are our top three at the finish line. Van Kerkhove, though, is the fastest rider on the course, nearly averaging 50k an hour to the bottom of the climb. The arrival of the Polish rider to the intermediate time split, chasing the time of Van Kerkhove. Second fastest time by Jan Jakovic. Here's the finish line now. Beckham Drake of the USA ahead of Capello of Italy, with Reinhold of Sweden in third place.
It's so exciting. Nothing is decided yet. We have good times at the first intermediate splits. We have very good times there at the second intermediate split. At the
We're back out now on the road with a Dutch rider. He's almost at that split. Not far away. He'll reach there in 800 meters time. The fastest time there is 15 minutes and 8 seconds. He's really turning that gear nicely, isn't it? It's so smooth. Here's the arrival of Sef Van Kerkhove, the Belgian rider who comes from Catalonia.
That's an extra motivation to go faster. And
his brother Matisse rides for the Wiesmann development team. Can this rider now go into the hot seat? We know he's won that race we talked about. Lunagiana, Pogacar and Remco have won that race as well. He's catching the rider in front of him. Is he going to reach the line before Beckham Drake's time has gone past? Sef Van Kerkhove gets a round of applause from Beckham Drake, but he's not quite there yet. He needs to continue to sprint. He needs every single second he can get. It's close, but he's going to do it. 4.97 seconds. How tight is this competition? Van Kerkhove into the lead, average speed 46.328 kilometers an hour. Beckham Drake in second now, Capello of Italy in third.
A little bit less than 5 seconds faster than Drake, and on position 3, Capello from Italy, 20 seconds behind.
This is the British rider, Dylan Sage. He's out on the course. Madsen, silver medalist in Great Britain on the track. He's super fast and expected to be in the top places at the end of this race. Dylan Sage, where's number one? He rides for the Cannibal Victorious Development Team. That's the feeder team of Bahrain Victorious. Maurice is going through. Second fastest time. He's in the ballpark.
Is really on fire today, Seth.
And just taking Dylan Sage took off 4 minutes ago.
This is the arrival of Max Hines. This is a good performance. We haven't really seen him on the leaderboard yet. Hines has obviously left a little bit for the final climb of the day.
There's only 120 meters to go.
Keep sprinting. To get in the medals, you need to be within 20 seconds. Hines sprints flat out now. This is a good finish by Max Hines. Maybe left a little bit too much out on the road. Third fastest time for the British rider.
He's losing 10 seconds. On the other hand, he's 10
Oh, we didn't
seconds
even
faster
see him
than
feature on the time splits. He obviously tried to ride a negative split and then sprint the finish. We know that the finish is so critical. Oh dear. He's a bit wrecked. So here's the situation. Seth van Kerkhoven of Belgium. Beckham Drake, 4.97 seconds down. And Max Hines now in third place. Here's the arrival of Ashlyn Barry. Ashlyn Barry, second fastest to the split. Ashlyn Barry, can he produce the time today? 9th last year. Born in Girona in Spain. A little bit of a Catalonia thing going on right now with Van Kerkhoven and Ashlyn Barry. Spent his time between in Boulder, Colorado and Girona. Of course, his parents are Michael Barry and Deddy. Dual nationality of Canadian and American citizenship. Ashlyn Barry, and he's a hot property in the world of cycling. He's joining the Visma Lisa bike team. Dylan Sage looks fast. He's got those really fast disc wheels and front wheel in that bike. Nothing left to chance for this rider. There's our intermediate splits. Van Kerkhoven leads at all of the splits so far. The final rider we're following now, Dylan Sage, and he looks rapid, doesn't he? Are the medals going to stay as they are? Or are we going to see some changes? Potentially Barry and Maurice at the moment from those splits are going to move their way into the top places. But we can still get some surprises in junior racing as always.
Ok, on va chercher sa tête. On revient chercher son visage.
Here's our current leader,
Ok, on y est.
Seth van Kerkhoven. Making his way towards the hot
Africa
seat.
Cup of Nations ubundi mu cyifotorezo kuko hari icyo bita trophy show.
Good ride by the Belgian.
Muramubona rero umukinnyi
Rode that to perfection, didn't he?
aje yifitiye n'ikinyobwa cyaburanirwa akaba yifitiye fanta ya orange. Mukomeza rero gusura zone zose, fan zone zose za burarirwa, expo zone zose.
Ashford Barry. Rapid. Looks good. Silver medalist in the Omnium in the Junior World Track Cycling Championships in 2024. He's on that Fiesma Lisa bike, time trial bike. Can hear the speed. Gets his head right down nice and low. Tries to get any free speed he can get here. 17 years of age. He'll ride for the Team Wiesma Lisa bike development team. This rider is churning this gear over. Oh, look at this. 52 kilometers an hour into the hardest section from Dylan Sage. Looks composed. A little tape on the nose to open up the nostrils. There's all sorts of these now. Some of them even have magnets in them to hold the nostrils open. And Sage slowing down a little bit on this next section. The elbows almost together. Now he gets the respite over the top of that climb, kicks the gear over, tries to engage the pace. Everything is measured, isn't it? Just needs to stay away from that curb on the right-hand side. Ashton Barry's had a good season, second in the Paris-Roubaix Junior, leans it into this left-hand left-hander, then he'll lean it into the next left-hander, and you want to come out with free speeds. Doesn't shave too much speed off that at all, the American. Well, these championships have always produced top-class bike riders. Remember, for the Americans, Brandon McNulty was the winner of this championship in 2016. Go all the way back to 2005, 2006. Marcel Kittel was the winner back-to-back. Paul Sexas the winner last year. Josh Tarling has also won it in 2022. Antonio Tiberi in 2019. Remco was the winner in 2018. Pidcock was the winner in 2017. Win this race, you're likely to be a world-class World Tour bike rider. Dylan Sage moving across here, trying to keep the pace high. Still looks very, very comfortable.
Et on va derrière pour situer.
A little bit of tape across the shoulders. We can see through that skin suit. We noticed that Remco was using a lot of tape on the shoulders the other day.
Bref.
Maurice has just gone through the 18-kilometre point, 7.87 seconds faster than Van Kerkhove. So Maurice of the Netherlands is starting to really shift.
Je vais chercher dans l'ombre.
Can Maurice now climb his way to the top of that really brutal finish and go into the hot seat? Ashlyn Barry still spinning flat out, trying to get himself to this second split. He's not far away. And Dylan Sage looks a lot more comfortable as he pedals his way towards the top of the climb. He'll reach the split with 12 kilometres to go, so he's still got 1.4 kilometres to keep this momentum going. Gets into the aero skis even at this point on the course. All uphill. So Maurice is looking strong. This is Barry. He's the second fastest rider to the 10.6 kilometre split. He's 300 metres away now. now from the time split, which we can see just in front. And I think he's going to be outside the time. He's going to be very close to Van Kerkhoven's time, outside the time of Maurice, and very close to his teammate Beckham Drake. Third fastest time for Ashlyn Barry. Now he needs a really fast finish. Dylan Sage coming up to this first split. Still got a kilometre to go till he reaches the top of this climb. Van Kerkhove reached there in 15 minutes and 8 seconds. You can't really tell whether Dylan Sage is going fast or finding it difficult. He does look quick. He's getting back into the aero skis whenever he possibly can, keeping that head low, just doing everything he can, and he's breathing well. He looks like he's focused. Just keeps the pedals. Look at that setup. The big carbon fairing on the gear, the big carbon chainring. He's got everything he needs to go fast. This is like a Formula One car. So it's not long now until this battle commences on the final climb. The time to beat at the first split, 15 minutes, 8.23. Van Ender's gone through there with a 17th fastest time. So the rider in front of Dylan Sage, not in the ballpark at all. Benz of Germany, 13th fastest. So it remains now for Dylan Sage to try and eclipse the time of Van Kerkhove, Barry and Maurice. They're the top three at that first split. And at the second split, it's Barry, Van Kerkhove and Maurice. Maurice leading. It's going to be tight here between these riders. Dylan Sage closing in now. I think he's going to be outside this time of Van Kerkhove. This is the arrival of the Canadian Monty Rigby. Monty Rigby now reaches the finish. 11th fastest. This is the finish now of Jakovic. This is a good ride. Very, very strong indeed.
The Ukraine.
Jakovic of Poland. This is a great time. Dylan Sage has gone through the first split way down than what we would have expected. 17th fastest. He's lost 38 seconds to the split. He must be on a different schedule. To the Polish rider reaches the line now, 5th fastest. Well, Dylan Sage is well off the pace. Nowhere near the pace of Van Kerkhove, Barry and Maurice. Maurice now. On the final rise. This rider is going well.
On the time set by Van Kerkhove, and Barry is at 13.5 seconds behind.
This rider, Maurice, heading towards the conclusion of this time trial. Can he set the fastest time? He's been the fastest through the split. Let's see how he performs in the last 700 meters.
And maybe world champion. Here we go. 500 meters to go. Yeah, and more than 1 minute and 10 seconds on his end. Mamma mia. And I think now
this rider is almost there now. Michiel Maurice.
Wonderful.
Michiel Maurice is looking for the time of Seth Van Kerkhove, who's got a bit of a wry smile on his face. Michiel Maurice is flying his way towards the conclusion of this time trial. It's been a while since we saw a Dutch winner.
And then he would have a new best time.
Let's see if he can get there. 40 seconds remains. He's still sprinting hard. It's still a long way to go. Michiel Maurice. Is this going to be the fastest time? It's going to be tight. Seth Van Kerkhove is still in the hot seat for Belgium. Are the Dutch going to celebrate yet again? Michiel Maurice is almost at the conclusion of this time trial. He's going to go into the hot seat. Michiel Maurice is now the leader.
By 8 seconds. Nouveau meilleur temps. 29 minutes. 7 secondes pour Michael Rogers. Pays-Bas.
Well, Seth admits his defeat there, but that was so close. And Michael, you know what? That could just
What a
be
performance by Michael Maurice.
Because if we base it on the times, if we look at our screen, gentlemen, as I said, the 6 last riders to start after Barry are nowhere.
So the top 3 now: Michael Maurice, Seth van Kerkhoven, Beckham Drake. Michael Maurice's brother, a pro, of course, with the Team Rockets. Here comes Ashlyn Barry. Barry now messing around with the radio a little bit. Ashlyn Barry, can he get himself in the medals here? He's the 3rd fastest rider at the split. Sprinting for all he is worth right now. His teammate, his 3rd overall. Chasing the time of Michael Maurice of the Netherlands. Ashlyn Barry is sprinting absolutely flat out for this now. The American rider realizes he's in the ballpark. Can he get there in time? Ashlyn Barry of the United States of America wants a medal. He's now in 2nd place overall. Pushes his teammate down into 4th place.
First, Barry, USA. 2nd, Van Kerkhoven, Belgium. 3rd.
Well, the top 3 change again. Michael Maurice of the Netherlands ahead of Ashlyn Barry now with Seth van Kerkhoven. European champion last year, Michael. A fantastic performance. So out on the course now, not many riders left, only 6 riders left to finish. Current situation, Michael Maurice leads from Ashlyn Barry, from Seth van Kerkhoven. USA having a good day today with Beckham Drake in 4th place. Now this rider, surprisingly, 17th place at the top of the climb. Has he ridden a different split? Has he got a different plan? I'm not so sure. He doesn't look like he's on such a good day. Maybe taking it a little bit too easy in the early stages, because he's still quite a long way now from the split, and he's just losing time. Michael Maurice, 21:37.25. to this split. Dylan Sage is going to be well outside that time. He's still got 400 meters to go. Clearly not been his day. It looks to me, from where we're looking on the results, that we've got our medalists, unless we get a big surprise. Well, he's going to be way outside the time of the third place rider. Dylan Sage was 12th last year, went off number 1 as the race favourite. Comes up to the line 10th fastest. He's improving. He looks across and realises he's got some serious work to do. Can he really make up that much time? Maybe just took the climb a little bit too easy. To me, on the climb, he looked like he was well composed.
Supporting the championship.
So Mikel Maurice, all his preparation is coming true here. He's done an altitude camp. He's been in his altitude tent. He's done everything he can do to be the best rider, and he currently leads by 7.87 seconds. At the moment, the medals go to the Netherlands, Belgium and the United States of America.
Representing France. So let's check who we miss. We miss Lucas Stevenson from Australia.
Making his way towards the hot seat.
Then from Germany, Benedict Benz. From Belgium,
Jens Maurice is his uncle.
And last but not least, representing Great Britain, Dylan Sage.
Jens, of course, very well known. Rode for Orica Green Edge, rode for Vacon Soleil. And the arrival of him.
Bibutsa ko kandi turi kumwe na MUA Insurance. MUA Insurance ikubwira ko ushobora kutubona amasaha
The Dutch are celebrating. Wouldn't be surprised if that celebration is the right celebration, because he looks like he is firmly in that hot seat. 5 riders are out on the track. Has this rider got his schedule wrong, or has he got it perfect? Dylan Sage. Reaches the bottom of the climb. Dylan Sage now has got some serious work to do on this final climb. Can he find some speed? Can he put himself in the medals? Because right now he's been left wanting out on this course. This is Agostino of Italy.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's all welcome Mattia from Italy.
The Italian sprints for the line. Let's see where he's going to finish. 9th fastest.
So hamwe n'abanyakigali rero bona serivisi zose z'abanyi wifuza kwishyura icyo kunywa wifuza kwishyura icyo kurya wifuza kuruhutsa u Rwanda urasaba BKP uburyo bwihuse kandi byoroshye bwo kwishyura niba kandi ukeneye cash nkuko nababwiraga hari icyuma cya ATM kiguha amafaranga y'u Rwanda ushobora gusanga hari
very tired Lucas Stevenson. Looks like he's had a problem. He's had a bike change. His time trial bike is on the roof and he's on his road bike. Lucas Stevenson finishes here for Australia. Not going to be in the medals. Looks like something happened out on the course. 36th place for Lucas Stevenson. Two kilometres to go. Or inside 2K for Dylan Sage. It looks like he's hurting now. He's on the climb. I cannot see this happening. Unfortunately, he's lost a lot of time somewhere on that course, predominantly on the first climb of the day. He's fighting that bike. He knows that he's under pressure. He's only got 2 minutes to reach the finish line. Benedict Benz of Germany.
Team time trial ya mixed relay. Ibirometero ni 41 na metero magana 8 guhagurukira hariya.
Benedict Benz is going to be the next rider to finish. It's started to look like we have our medals decided. The Netherlands, Belgium and the USA at the moment. All of the other riders have got significant amounts of time to make up on this final climb, unless someone does something incredible. At the moment in the hot seat, Mikael Maurice of the Netherlands, Ashlyn Barry of the USA in second, Stefan Kirkover in third place. The time is going to go by soon. Dylan Sage just hasn't found the speed today. Some days you just don't have the legs. He looked very composed early doors, maybe a little too composed. Maybe the body just wasn't responding. We'll never know until we ask him at the finish. Sage comes across the final turn and he's got no way he's going to make it. 28.39. Mikael Maurice is going to be the world champion for the Netherlands.
Flag Rouge under 39. We have the second lap.
The finish of Mats van den Ende of Belgium, 18th fastest.
Will be his result.
Dylan Sage's time has gone past now. The winner of this world title